make my day.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Pokemon Moon Nuzlocke Challenge. I caught an Oranguru last episode. I'm so excited for this Pokemon. I can't believe I found that on my first try. So yeah, we taught it a bunch of interesting moves here. Yeah, and so what Oranguru's real strategy is in this game is as a double battler. So a lot of his abilities and moves revolve around being really special in double battles. So he's definitely going to be there for all the double battles from now on. But I need to get him some more moves for that. His signature move, the unique move in the entire game for Oranguru is Instruct. And so, I don't know where I'm going, by the way, sorry. I think I'm going down this way. So yeah, Instruct forces a Pokemon to use the last move that they used again. Now, that sounds like a bad thing, like why would I want the opponent to attack me again in the same turn? Why would I waste a turn making them attack me again? Well, it's because you can use Instruct on your allies as well. So, you could have your ally use a really strong attack and then use Instruct to make them do it again, twice in one turn. So it's really good. Plus, Oranguru's ability right now is Telepathy, which allows him to dodge all damage from ally attacks. So, let's say the ally uses Earthquake or something, where it damages all the Pokemon in the battlefield. Oranguru would dodge that. So yeah, he's really good for double battles. I'm definitely going to try to revolve his moveset around double battles. So, yeah. I think Reflect was really good for that, and yeah, I really don't think there's anything else I wanted to teach him here. Besides that, he has Stored Power, which is at first a weak Psychic type move, but Stored Power's power increases the more power you have stored. So the more stat boosts you have, by the way, I did forget that I did remember that I forgot to fight this trainer here, so I'm going to challenge him now. He was the guy that we had to challenge after we had beaten all the other trainers in the area. But yeah, so, let's say I had, even just 2 stat boosts, any stat boosts on Oranguru, Stored Power's power would be stored so that it was much stronger. Yeah. So let's train up Oranguru a little bit. We definitely have, about the same level here, so we should be okay. Plus we have Charge Beam. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is Charge Beam. We definitely have higher special attack than regular attack, so Charge Beam should do more damage than Brutal Swing. Nice. Yeah, Oranguru has a really high special defense stat too, so that's very helpful. And that's why I chose Reflect instead of Light Screen for his last move, because he doesn't necessarily need the Light Screen for himself, at least. Alright, just gotta keep up those Charge Beams. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Okay. Yeah, this guy has a Z-Ring. I just realized that. So, just in case, I'm not gonna play around with this guy. I'm definitely going to use a Super Potion. Yeah, I'm not risking it. This guy definitely has a Z-Ring on his wrist over there. It's probably a Waterium Z. It's either that or a Psychium Z. Nice, Quick Claw. Charge Beam. Nice. So yeah, Charge Beam is doing more damage each time because after you use Charge Beam, it increases your special attack. Which is why that's such a good combo with Stored Power. Because not only are you getting a stat boost to increase the general power of Stored Power, but it's also increasing the special attack, which makes Stored Power do more damage as well. So, really good combo, definitely. Alright, Nature Power. That's a weird kind of TM. So it's a move that will change the type and power of that move depending on where you are, like physically. It's pretty weird, honestly. Alright, so let's just get a free heal here. Okay, now is there a Pokemon? I might as well breed a Pokemon really quick while I'm here. Yeah, so give me a second to do that. I will be right back, guys. Alright guys, so I breeded a couple of eggs here. Let me show you what's going on. So I'm actually going to walk around with 2 eggs. One egg is an Oranguru egg, and the other egg is another Mudbray egg. I'm still hoping for that Mudbray with stamina. I really hope it works out. But I was able to do something really cool with these eggs because I do have that Everstone item that I got to pick up from our Roggenrola. And it's a really good thing we have that item because there's a really cool thing you can do when you're breeding Pokemon with an Everstone. Whichever parent, when you're breeding, is holding an Everstone during the breeding process will pass on its nature to its child. So, and by the way, I'm heading over to Paniola Town to catch a Magikarp real quick. But anyways, yeah, so I found the Rattata that we just caught. I realized that he had a really good nature to breed with Oranguru because it had a timid nature, which is lowered attack stat, which we don't need anyways for Oranguru, and increased speed. So the next Oranguru we get will definitely have a timid nature, which is good. And then for the next Mudbray egg, I actually found out that our Eevee, that male Eevee that we hatched, actually has a really good nature for Mudbray, which is lowered special attack, which we wouldn't need on him anyways, and increased speed. So yeah, I was able to make better eggs this time with that Everstone that we got really luckily from that Roggenrola we caught near the beginning of the game in 10 Carat Hill. So yeah, it was pretty cool. And then I also realized that Hidden Power on our Oranguru would actually be Psychic type, which is awesome because then he would get a stab for it and he'd actually have a strong Psychic type move to use right off the bat rather than having to, you know, charge up things to use stored power. But I ended up deciding to just see if I can one-shot a Mudbray with Scald here. But I also ended up deciding that I can't. I decided to put away the Oranguru, first and foremost because, honestly, I'm just scared of losing it. So I really want to breed the child first, especially because I know it'll have a good nature. The only thing I can think of that would make me not use this next Oranguru is if it doesn't have the right ability. Because unfortunately there's no items you can use for that. You know, Everstone allows you to lock in the whatever nature you want, but there's no item that you can use to lock in the specific ability you want. So, really hoping that the Oranguru stays with telepathy so that I can dodge my allies' moves in double battles. And I'm intentionally scaring away the bubbles here because there's a 99% chance to catch a Magikarp here if I scare away the bubbles first. So yeah, this will be our first encounter for Paniola Town. And the reason why I want a Magikarp is because there's a certain strategy I like to do with Nuzlocks that, believe it or not, I have been working at while we've been playing, which is trying to catch really specific Pokemon, if possible, in certain areas, so that in the future, I've already eliminated all of my possibilities for another area, a further location, forcing me to only be able to catch, you know, a rare Pokemon in that area. So yeah, there is a specific Pokemon on the first island that I have been waiting to go back to because I want to try catching all the other Pokemon in its area first. That way, you know, because it's a rare Pokemon, and there's pretty much no way I'm going to find it unless I get lucky like I did with the Oranguru. or if I just make sure to catch all the other Pokemon in its area. So yeah, I do that strategy quite a bit. I'm also going to use a Dive Ball on this. It's probably the highest catch rate I can get here. But yeah, so I've been working on that in the first island. I'm excited to finally go back to that section of the island and show you what I'm trying to catch specifically over there. And hopefully I can actually catch all the Pokemon so that I can guarantee the ability to catch it. It's kind of hard to talk about this while still keeping it a surprise for you. I have to think very carefully before I speak. Okay, got the Magikarp, not going to nickname it yet, send it to the box, and we're moving on. Alright, so yeah, the next thing to do in the game right now is actually going on to the second Grand Trial. There's a small little tunnel we have to go through on the way, but besides that, you know, that's our very next thing to do. And I'm feeling really good about the second trial, to be honest, because we have Pisces and we have Macho. And I think I'm probably going to end up using Macho over Pisces for two reasons. First of all, Macho has a higher defense stat than Pisces does, which in general, rock-type Pokemon do mostly have physical moves. And the second reason is because fighting type resists rock moves already. So I'm definitely going to try to use Macho for the Grand Trial. So yeah, I'll be using him pretty soon. And I do want to level up our Wimpod as well, because I love Golisopod. So as you can see in my party, the first two Pokemon are Wimpod and Macho. Those are the two I'm really working at leveling up right now. So, yeah. Alright, well, I feel like that took quite a bit of time to debrief you guys on exactly what was going on during that time I was breeding eggs, but there was a lot of strategy involved. Alright. So it looks like Lily's trying to train Nebby to, you know, fight. She just tried telling it to use Splash, which actually is its only move. And this next section right here, we do have to walk into this building before we can enter that tunnel I was talking about. And there's kind of a lot of dialogue here. So I'm just going to skip through most of it, and I'll read maybe the more important parts. The only really important thing to note from all the conversations in this building is pretty much at the end, so I'll make sure to read that out for you guys. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of skip through the rest of the text here. Because we've got things to do and places to be. We don't have time to be talking to these guys. So, Kukui said, "Oh, hey, honey. This is Professor Burnett. She runs the Dimensional Research Lab. Yeah. And she's also my wife." Yeah, so it turns out this whole time Professor Kukui actually is married to Burnett here. She's a really cool character. She's definitely a cool character in the anime as well. Kind of a science-y chick that studies these ultra wormholes. To be honest, she kind of reminds me of Jacqueline a little bit, just because she's like this science-y lady that studies kind of space. Jacqueline studies space, and Burnett kind of studies space. Sort of. Like ultra space. So she's just talking about how sometimes wormholes have been known to open up around Alola. There's a lot of mysteries around why. And so she's been studying them because she's fascinated by these ultra wormholes that just seemingly open up out of nowhere. And then she says there's even more interesting information about the wormholes in books located around the lab. So let's take a look at it. Palkia, that's the legendary Pokemon in the 4th gen for Pearl version. It's the cover art Pokemon. It's the Pokemon that controls space. Palkia. Its total control over the boundaries of space enable it to transport itself to faraway places or even other dimensions. Giratina. That's another Pokemon in the 4th gen. It's the cover art Pokemon for Platinum version, which was like the extra version for Diamond and Pearl. Giratina. This Pokemon is said to live in a world on the reverse side of ours, where common knowledge is distorted and strange. Yeah, so it lives in like the distorted world, which is really crazy. Bronzong. It's another 4th gen Pokemon. It brought rains by opening portals to another world. It was revered as a bringer of plentiful harvests. And then I think there's one more book right here. There are many writings about the interdream zone that exists between reality and dreams. Okay, so that's probably referring to like Musharna. Okay, we've recorded several known relationships between Pokemon in different dimensions in books. You can find them on the bookshelf in this lab. I already did that. So I think we're good to go. Okay. It looks like I still have to talk to people? Unless there's a book that I missed over here? No, I don't think so. Oh, check this out, guys. Remember I was saying that the guy from the Pokepelago actually had an interesting relationship to the story in this game. And here's a hint for that. There was a man named Moan, that's him, who years ago published his theory about the Ultra Wormholes. Yeah, so he actually has a lot to do with the Ultra Wormhole research in this world. And it's pretty curious as to why he's just on Pokepelago now instead. Okay, wow, this whole time I think I just need to talk to Lily. So Lily's just saying that Professor Burnett was able to kind of take Lily in and treat her like her own child. She felt like a mother to her. Okay, so now are we allowed to leave? I think so. Yeah, alright, so he's hyping me up for the Grand Trial. I'm hyped. I mean, a Grand Trial is a Grand Trial. Still difficult, but we luckily do have some good type advantages going on for us on this one, so I'm feeling alright. Alright, well, let's get some action, right? I mean, I feel like this whole time, besides that one battle with that trainer with the Slowpoke, I haven't been doing much this episode. Oh, check this out. Hey James, so you've made it through all 3 Captain's trials, yeah? Then you should go to meet Kahuna Olivia. She lives in the town past Diglett's Tunnel. Diglett's Tunnel is, let's see, from here it's kind of near the PMC. It's so weird that he calls Pokemon Centers PMCs. It's easy to walk right past it though, so keep your eyes peeled. Now it's Malasada time for me! Alright, finally, let's get going. Okay, well actually, while we're here, one more thing. I just want to check in this building. There are some important things in this building, but I don't know if we can actually get any of them yet, so let me just check really quick. It's not that huge of a building. Oh, this guy's kind of cool because he actually tells you the shiny rate in this game. Your chances of encountering a shiny Pokemon are about 4,000 to 1. So it's not an exact number, but it's close. So this is the Game Freak building, and Game Freak always does this. They're the game developing team for these games. We make it. What color would you choose? Blue, I guess. You'd probably be the type who does what you want, even if it's not the popular thing. I mean, I guess so. That sounds like kind of a generic statement as well. But yeah, so it's kind of interesting how Game Freak always does this. They'll put themselves in their own games. So this is. I think this is supposed to be Masuda? Invite your own friends when you complete it, come back, don't forget. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Masuda, and I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yeah, so when you complete the Pokédex, you can actually challenge him. So it's like the director of the entire game development company actually designed his own team and his own character that you can battle against in the game, which is really cool. I like that they did that. I can't think of any other video games that have done something like that before. It's kind of unique to Pokemon games. Okay. Still just checking to see if there's anything in here. The Aether company people, Aether Foundation is working here. Okay, yeah, well there wasn't really anything in here besides learning the shiny encounter rate. And honestly, in this Nuzlocke, we're probably not going to be, I mean, I know for a fact we're not going to be completing the Pokedex, because that's literally impossible in a Nuzlocke run. Okay, am I healed? Am I healed? Can we finally get going? Yes, we can. We still got roughly about 10 minutes left of this episode. Let's see if we can get through the Diglett tunnel, and then we'll move on. Or then we'll close up the episode, is what I mean. Oh, okay. Here's Olivia in the Aether Foundation, having a nice chat. Oh, James, was it? This cave really is something, you know? It's overflowing with these Pokemon called Diglett, and they're really getting out of hand. Mediocre trainers can't even get through. Good thing I'm not a mediocre trainer. So how's your island challenge going? Let me see which crystals you've earned. Oh, look at you, James. Nice work. I see you've passed Mallow's trial. It's about time you had some fun with me. The Diglett have settled down, too. If you are as strong as you appear, you should be able to make it through this cave. At the other end of it, you'll find Coney City. That's where my shop is. I'll see you there. Alright. Okay, so there's a small little area off here to the right we can explore. Now, if you're wondering why I wasn't excited about, like, what's our first encounter for this area, it's because there's no new encounters for this area, unfortunately. I did look it up, and, literally, again, this is the third cave that we've been in where you can only catch Zubat and Diglett. So, yeah. Those both fall under the Dupe's Claws right now, and we won't be able to catch anything here. Now, in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, there are also Larvitars in this cave, which would be awesome, because then we would definitely get a Larvitar. But, unfortunately, here you can't. No worries, though. We already have some strong members of the team. We're good. Confuse Ray, huh? Okay. Well, that could be pretty annoying. Hopefully he doesn't actually get any help. Okay, good, he didn't. Okay, I'm going to go for a Hex and hope that this works out in my favor. It did not. Okay. Wow. Let's just switch out. I mean, with Confusion and being low health, just forget about it. And we can't really use Macho because Zubat has double resist against fighting type. So. Alright, Air Cutter. Oh great, now it called for help. And, I mean, I have Disarming Voice, which would hit both of them, but it's ineffective, so it's not really going to help that much. So I'm just going to go for Scald. Alright. And I used it on the Zubat that had lower health, because the lower health that a Pokemon is, the more likely they are to call for help. Alright, so now I'm going to use my Z move just to make sure that I kill the Zubat this turn. But we have to make sure we get through Confusion first, so. Crossing my fingers. Here we go. Come on. Come on, Pisces. Oh, okay. We'll try one more time. Yeah, no worries. We take those, Pisces. Wing attack is nothing against us. Let's go. Hydro Vortex. Come on, buddy. Come on. Okay. Come on, Pisces. We don't have time to mess around here. Oh my god, now he's calling for help again. Don't do it. Don't. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Annoying. Alright, so I really need to buy potions. I should actually go back and buy potions after this. So let's just use a lemonade for now. Playing it safe. I don't want to get like double crit or something ridiculous. Yeah, get your bites over with. Wing attack, yeah. Okay, come on. This is quite the obnoxious battle, if I do say so myself. Okay, good. Alright, grab the confusion. Let's kill one of these Zubats. We might even be able to one-shot the next Zubat with a Scald, too. We'll see. Did we do it? Yes. Okay, let's see if the Scald will one-shot the next Zubat. Alright, here we go. Come on, Pisces, don't let me down. Alright, finally. Yikes. Okay, cool, we got a level up. That was a very obnoxious battle. So, let's just keep going. And, you know what? I'm considering using repels here in the Diglett's tunnel because... Gosh, I feel like it's just going to take forever to get through there if we don't. So, yeah, I think I'm going to use repels in there. I think we're doing okay on experience right now. I don't need to grind like crazy. So, yeah. Let's buy. Let's see. Let's buy... let's get like 7 of these. We'll have 10 potions total. How many of these do I want? I think I'm just gonna go for like 10. I mean, it's kind of expensive, but I don't know, I'll probably end up buying them anyways, eventually. Okay, so I probably want to buy some repels too. Yeah, so let's get, we had 5 repels, let's go for 5 repels and 5 super repels total. And that should be enough. And we still have 20k after, so not bad. And I think I should heal my Pokemon too. No, they look fine. I think I already healed. Wait, let me double check. Yes, okay. Alright. So let's go through Diglett's tunnel with repels. So we'll just fight the trainers, not really waste a whole lot of time with the wild Pokemon battles. Because like the wild Pokemon battles really aren't going to be that fun anyways. It's just Diglett, Zubat, Diglett, Zubat. Okay. Where's repel? I think it's down here. Okay. Yeah, let's use a max repel first. Why not? Okay, now repel won't work unless the Pokemon in the front is higher level. So let's put Macho in the front. And then right before we fight a trainer, then I'll swap Wimpod in the front. See, next level strats here. Follow me, guys, you'll go far. Okay, there's a trainer. So I'm gonna switch Wimpod to the front, and then hopefully engage in the battle with the trainer before we find a wild Pokemon. Wow, okay, never mind. That was literally instantaneous. Okay. Diglett. That's okay. Actually, I think we can just fight the Diglett on our own right here with just Wimpod, right? Yeah. Totally. And the Hydro Vortex should totally just finish him in one shot too, so no problem. Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to see Golisopod. When this Pokemon evolves, it gets so strong. It'll still stay Bug and Water type. But in my opinion, I think Golisopod is literally the game's strongest bug-type Pokemon. Like, out of all the generations, I think it's the strongest. Some people might argue that Volcarona, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it, Volcarona, the bug and fire-type Pokemon, is the strongest, which I do agree. That Pokemon has huge stats. But, I don't know. I feel like Golisopod is a little bit stronger, in my opinion. They have totally different stats. You know, one's more of a special attacker, Golisopod is more of a physical attacker, but... Alright, good. Well, this guy has a Diglett too, so we should be able to just one-shot his Pokemon as well. Let's go for it. Hydro Vortex. Okay, Bulldoze shouldn't hurt that much. Yeah, we're good. And I know I brought it up before, but I don't think you guys have seen it yet. Wimpod's ability is called Wimp Out. So yeah, when he hits half health, he'll switch out of the battle right away. Oh, and actually, you know what? No, you guys did see that once. Yeah, I remember we were trying to use Wimpod. He was trying to take the battle out on his own. Almost got one shot, and then I got a free switch out because of his Wimp Out ability. So, in certain circumstances, it's kind of annoying to have that ability if you want your Pokemon to stay in, but in other cases, it's really good. You get a free switch out. You don't have to waste a turn. And when we're playing with a set battle style like we are right now, that's extra good. Okay, let's move the Pokemon back here so we don't run into wild Pokemon. Gonna restore his health really quick. Let's use just a regular potion. And move on. Okay. Looks like there's an item right here. Ooh, Dusk Ball. Cool. Alright. What else we got? Oh, this guy will battle us after we've battled all the other trainers in the area. Stoutland in here. There's probably some hidden items here and there. Oh, right here. Where is it? Where is it? Right here? There we go. Cool. Oh, and then we can break these with Tauros. Okay. Ooh, Firestone. Nice. Yeah, I wish we could have got that a little bit earlier because right before the grass trial I was considering getting a Flareon, but then realized I don't have any Firestones. Alright. So, the Aether Foundation is kind of researching why the Diglett were going crazy here. Seems like the Team Skull was up to no good, riling all the Digletts up, making it hard for people to travel, but it's all good now. I mean, we're still getting attacked by Digletts, but... Okay, let's see if we can get through here. That's just gonna be a Diglett, no point in fighting that. Okay. The Repel ran out, so let's use another one. We'll use... let's get the weak Repels out of the way. Use those first. Ooh, gosh, the ambush counter almost got us. Okay, that's a boulder that we can't move until later. Dig a hole! Good advice. Yeah, don't forget, kids, when all else fails in life, just dig a hole. Alright, Macho. Man, we haven't used Macho in a while. Let's brick break this guy's face. Nice, didn't have Sturdy. One shot. Very good. Level 24 Macho. Okay, he's got a Mudbray. If he has a stamina on his Mudbray, I'm gonna be so jealous. Alright, let's go for all-out pummeling. Yikes. Come on, Macho. Go all out with your pummeling. Ooh, wow. Hey, I'm surprised. I'm surprised we didn't one-shot that guy. That's kinda crazy. I'm a little bit scared now. I mean, what if he gets a crit next turn? I'm not dealing with that. Alright, let's hope that he uses Bulldoze again, because if he does, Sir Puffyfuff will avoid the damage completely. I love that Drifloon and its evolved form are Ghost and Flying, because they can completely ignore normal and ground type damage, which I kind of feel like that's all of Mudbray's damage right now. Yeah, it's a really good typing. It's a good Pokemon in my opinion. It's especially good when it knows Ominous Wind. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. No, it's fine. Later we're gonna get Shadow Ball, and it would have replaced Ominous Wind anyways, so... Yeah, in fact, Shadow Ball is... No, never mind. I was gonna say the Shadow Ball TM's coming up here pretty soon, but not necessarily. It's actually on the next island, so... We'll be a little bit. But Hex is good too. If we can find the Thunder Wave TM, then we're gonna be pretty well set. Okay, let's keep going. Actually forgot to switch Wimpod to the front of that battle that time. Oop. Let's do it again now. Okay. Let's see what this guy has. Macho? Oh wait, that's Machop. I just called it Macho off of habit. I might just want to stay here. I mean, Macho is really strong, but we are resisting fighting type damage with our bug type Pokemon here, so let's stay in for a little bit. Okay, knockoff. Is that gonna hurt? Ooh, yeah, that hurt. We're not playing this game. Let's move out. Let's go to... Man, I was gonna say Sir Puffyfuff, but he has knockoff, and that's kind of dangerous. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. Let's try. Let's test out the damage here, because we are 5 levels ahead of him. Shouldn't be devastating, especially if he does that. Yeah, so let's do a minimize here, because we don't want to get hit by that knockoff. If at all possible, let's try to dodge that. Okay, here comes the knockoff. Oh boy. Okay. Well, this is just not nice. I guess we're going into Pisces. Yeah, so knockoff does extra damage if the opponent is holding an item, and then I believe it knocks the item off of them too. So, because Drifloon was holding an item, he took more damage from it. Okay, let's just do Disarming Voice. Jeez, Machop is a really strong Pokemon, guys. Okay, I feel like Aqua Jet will be enough here, and I just want to make sure I move first, just in case our speed stats were tied or something. Yeah, it's so terrible when, like, you're in a battle, and for 3 turns in a row you move first, so you're like, oh, cool, well, you know, even though I would die in 1 hit, I'll just attack again because I know I move first. and then on that 4th turn you actually don't move first and realize the whole time you were just getting lucky because your speed stats were tied. That's a terrible feeling. I wish it upon no one. Alright, so we're going to use a Super Potion right here on Sir Puffyfuff. Another one on Pisces. Then a potion on Wimpod. And, yeah, we'll just do a potion on Sir Puffyfuff too. Excellent. I'm not going to forget, we're going to move Macho to the front again so that we don't encounter wild Pokemon. Okay, now we're going on. Alright, so I think there's an item right in here. Can I... Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. Is there an item here? Trying to get to an item? No, it's not even here. Ooh, dang it. I meant to hit yes. Here, I'll go back. Repel, use, yes. Alright. Okay, definitely a side guard here. And you know what, this episode is starting to get a little bit long, so I think we're actually going to finish Diglett's tunnel in the next episode. There is actually a bigger battle about to show up right up ahead, so I'll save that for the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if you guys are really enjoying these videos, definitely take a look at my Patreon account and see what kind of rewards are available there. You can do up to... you can do as little as a $1 donation, which helps me immensely. I can't express that enough. Even just $1. And then if you do at least $5, you actually get a reward. So check out what kind of rewards you guys can earn on my Patreon page. The link is in the description below. So, yeah. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next episode, and I'll see you there.